posed there is going to be a key question that they will need to answer. I think individually, they are going to have more clutch in them, and that may have a part to play. But time will tell. Yeah,
it's a map where there's a lot of scary angles which you need to have the knowledge to deal with. Again, just one of those. I think I have to say, the Renegade Vanguard game, I'm going to keep referencing it, and because it's one of the better Vertigo games I've actually seen, and that's one of the things that you could see is that both teams were extremely aware of all of these dangerous angles, and we'll see if FaZe have that knowledge as well. So here we go, FaZe on that CT side. Renegades had a pretty darn good T side against the Vanguard, all things considered. It was a tough one for them. olofmeister again, this guy is just brutalizing people on pistol rounds. He is the MVP of pistols in this tournament for sure. As he gets a couple, and looks like FaZe now just have to worry about Azza. And that's going to be not too much to worry about. They've got the numbers here. They should be able to swarm him. There is a flank in Guardian who is just holding his ground in case Azza was to rotate back. If Guardian tripped and died, then there would be an avenue of escape perhaps, but Guardian will close it down regardless. So again, James, olofmeister, key in defending these pistols.
One round in the bag. You saw smiles for Yanko, but I do wonder if he's nervous. Again, he knows a lot more than we do about FaZe's current situation on Vertigo, and we will go on that journey of discovery. They'll be starting on the CT side, so we'll see how aggressive they choose to get. And again, I would say, generally speaking, Gratis Faction is a savagely more aggressive sniper than Guardian is. So in terms of styles, I do wonder if he will take the risks that we will see Gratis Faction do in a second half, or if he'll have a completely different approach. Guardian I would describe as stable, solid, and excellent, of course, with the sniper, one of the very best. Renegades with pistols now. They've gone for the force buy. They've got to feel like they're at a strong advantage. If they haven't been scrimming, FaZe Clan don't have any word on what they've been like on scrims for Vertigo. They've got to come into this with supreme confidence.
Yeah, we already see some cool boosts coming from FaZe Clan. Some run-of-the-mill stuff, but it's always nice to see anyway. Good crosshair placement from JChem, lining that one up. Now, damage is the name of the game for Renegades in this round. They don't, I think, feel as though it's realistic to win the round, but damage is important. And only one kill coming out the way of Renegades, so that's not ideal. Good start for FaZe. They will be taking a good chunk of cash forwards in this round, in this match, to play with, and Renegades, after the force buy, won't really have much to throw at FaZe, and there's no argument to try to force it up again, as they didn't get the bomb down and they didn't get any damage. So this will be a flat one.
I do wonder what the GG bet odds are going to be like for this one.
Yeah,
That's got to be a hard one. They really are in the dark, so mistakes might be made. Renegades moving fast towards the A ramp. Again, we see that flashbang. I wonder if I don't know if they were doing that before Vanguard were doing it on their T side, so perhaps they picked it up. I could be wrong, however. Gratis Faction creeping. This is a nice boost. See Nico with a few jobs to do. It's a two-man boost, in case you're wondering. You can see the other players around, so they'll take one. Molotov up to stop the swarm, but you can see that is something they may need to adjust in the rounds to come. No big harm done. Another molly, trying to stop that swarm, trying to stop Renegades from abusing their numbers, isolating, victimizing, and exploiting. FaZe Clan 3-0, and again, lots of money in the bank. Let's see if they'll go for any upgrades or keep the money together and take some risks with these SMGs.
Yeah, this is where things get really interesting. Now, Renegades, we saw them with good approaches towards both A and B and mid-control. They seem fairly well developed in terms of their strategy and tactics to back the strategy up. And they'll be moving towards mids here. So Nico feeling a lot of the presence towards that A ramp. Looking for someone to jump through the smoke. No one daring to do that just yet. JChem is actually getting curious, though. Moving forwards around the side of the smoke. Does he realize that Nico is so close? He might just realize now as Nico gets spotted. Indeed, JChem will take him down. Big win early on for Renegades. However, let's not forget, this is somewhat of a throwaway for FaZe. They have the MP9s in action still, and that's one of the three down.
For those of you on GoTV, I'm kind of curious on how Guardian will play this map, so I would pick Guardian since FaZe are on the CT side. 4 players remain for FaZe Clan. Renegades clearing angle after angle. Not showing a commitment just yet. Can expect the T's to have a curious peek around these angles, regardless of where they're going. And FaZe Clan are really spread out, so I think it's going to be hard for them to defend the site. The smokes are being posted. You can see Guardian's waiting with a Molotov. There is a boost for him as well. The flashbang might be well timed. Stands up. Oh, he doesn't see anything just yet. Jacob's been in his crosshairs for so long, but he sees nothing. He's waiting, but he just can't see enough over the smoke. It's a little too close, perhaps. Opportunities have come and gone. They've got a 4-man retake. Azza's on the flank, so they've got to move quickly.
Yeah, they only have 1 smoke grenade, so this is going to be very difficult. Really looking good for at least 1, but no, Neo with that wide swing. The running speed with that MP9 is deadly. And JK in this position before. There goes the smoke, the 1 smoke, and it's going to be good for the round. It looks like absolutely is. Defuse coming in there. Can Azza do any more damage? He tries to survive. The double peek is in, and FaZe will lock it down. And that's surprising, James. Again, they only had 1 smoke to retake that bomb site with.
Yeah, I said Az was on the flank. I meant that he was watching the flank. Sorry, he was at the bottom of the elevators. And it's 4-0 to FaZe Clan. They keep the clean sheet for now. And you start to wonder, let's not forget what happened on Nuke. They had a clean sheet for a hell of a long time. I think it was 12-0. It is 4-0, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Renegades just coming in with better and better buys each time. So we'll see what they're able to do. The Guardian takes a very different angle. And you would expect a lurker to come and have a look at this position at some point. You can see Guardian's teammates gone beyond him. Rain going down the stairs. Now you have to expect somebody to watch the flank, but again, this can allow a rotation and a bigger focus on other parts of the map. They're still mid to deal with, as well as the A-bomb site, but Rain is in a very solid position to start off with.
He is absolutely. It's one that gives a lot of information as well, though you might be somewhat one and done if the T's are to move there quickly. As it's getting quite close now to this bomb site. The Renegades have all the smokes. We've seen it before. Nope. Some paint buckets or something getting thrown across the map.
They haven't really rotated towards the on-site FaZe Clan, despite Rain's position. But they seem to be doing okay for the time being.
No smoke for that high ground. As we'll get the bomb down. The spot's Guardian. There's Nico. He knows they're both close, and they are really getting taken down 1 by 1 here. It's not looking good at all for Renegades. They got the bomb planted, but you got to get the win as well, and they only have 2 players left. This is looking extremely easy for FaZe. Oh, nice shot from Leas, but that's maybe all they're good for. JKS crawling around the corner. They're trying to get something out of this, but he'll get taken out as well, James. We're missing that high ground smoke that Evangle were consistently throwing.
What was notable for FaZe Clan is the sheer amount of utility that the team were holding when the bomb was planted. Yeah. They didn't really use anything towards that B push. They just walked out. Guardian seemed to have a good spawn, just posted up immediately. Rain went beyond his angle, went into a deep spot, and they put some smokes down in a mid position. And look at the utility. Look how much they've barely used any grenades, and the bomb's been planted. So they've got plenty of Molotovs to force the Renegade team from the sandbags position, force them to engage out in the open with minimal cover. And of course, they just won the duels as well. So that's a strong 5-0 for FaZe Clan. We may see a change of pace from Renegades. Once again, if they plant a bomb, they'll get 4,200, so they can buy every round where they plant. The timing. Oh my god, that's great. Oh my days. That was a really nice start from Nico, and it shows that FaZe Clan are focused. I think we may have taken them for granted, having not seen anything recently from Vertigo, but they look well studied. There's a flash for Guardian, threatening to re-aggress, but will JKS be ready for Rain's position? It's a difficult one to deal with. Guardian showing some presence, baiting JKS, and there is the punish.
Yeah, that's a big punish. We'll talk about that in a bit, because we do have the push coming in for the A-bomb side. And again, Nico is not... Okay, there you go. I was going to say, either you got to molly it or you got to smoke it. We more consistently see a second smoke there on that top box, but now Guardian will go for the elevated position. Nico is dangerous there. Finds Gratisfaction as a pushes forwards, and that's a forward smoke as well. The wall of smoke's coming in here. That's going to make life very difficult. Nico is just annihilating everyone. Now it's Jacob in a 1 versus 3. He's already got, well, a 1 versus 4. He picks up one of them, but he's got a player behind him now as well. This is so dangerous. And he's going to get shot in the back of the head. It's a struggle here for the Renegades, James. This is beginning to look a little bit out of their hands.
Yeah, it seems like we're seeing some of the strengths of FaZe Clan's map pool.
Yeah.
Maybe they were holding something like this for later in the tournament, but needs must, and they are fighting for survival. 0 rounds for Renegades. Again, if they plant the bomb, 4,200, they can continue to buy. No timeouts just yet, despite the 6-0. Not too shabby a kill for Nico to start off with, and he saw Azza in that position earlier on, tagged him as he made his way towards the elevators, so took liberties hopping up there, and again the utility certainly helps with that, forcing Renegades. Actually, I think it was only one other player alive at that point. Jeez, look at the focus from FaZe Clan. I like the idea as Guardian gets taken out, and Rain's going to have to give up this AWP, it seems. However, just the attention to detail from FaZe is fantastic to see.
Yeah, they've definitely caused a lot of issues here for Renegades. But have Renegades seen all the tricks now, FaZe? Or do FaZe still have more plays to go to really make things difficult? You know, we'll pick up the AWP, throw that behind. Got options to play with. You know, definitely a capable player with the AWP, and Olafmeister creeping in the flank is a problem. He will be spotted. Does some damage to Liaz, I believe, with the... So, Olafmeister, he can just hold this position. They have to challenge him.
Yeah, this needs to be dealt with, otherwise they can't really go elsewhere, but Faction somehow manages to do it. He's got the faster move speed with the CZ out, wins the duel somehow. So this could be a very expensive round for FaZe Clan. They've got 2 rifles and Neo can switch out for another one, but he's got range to use. He should be good for 1. There is a lot of utility though for Renegades. Again, these half buys, there's a lot they can do. Angles they can take away, a wall which Neo will try to move around, but the flashbang will delay him. Another flashbang, the chain flashes and the molly, and he's forced back even further. Okay, well, there's the bomb carrier taken out. 25 seconds on the clock here. There's only a flashbang. The jump peak, he's trying to get some more tags in. His teammates are still rotating in the meantime. Rain is on the other side, moving up the stairs. JK's taken out. Rain really putting in some work now, limiting the numbers. Rain is all over the shop here, leaving JK in a 1 versus 3. I don't know if he's been spotted. They need round for the game. It's not enough to do damage at this point. Rain finally dealt with, and now it might be awkward for the remaining 2 players. Neo posting up, and Nico will get the last frag. So FaZe Clan will keep the clean sheet. 7-0 over Renegades.
Yeah, really good stuff coming in there. It's interesting because there were so many players for Renegades to swarm Neo, but they obviously just settled behind the smokes, and maybe that was one of the things that sort of bit them in the backside there, as the flank immediately came in from Rain. And that was so deadly. Good stuff here from FaZe, looking, as you say, very focused. Good for this. That definitely should have been a round. I think Renegades will be a bit sad about that. Such a good chance. Gone to waste, but they'll get themselves the full buy here. A couple Kriegs in the mix, no AWP though. And FaZe are beginning to look quite scary. The double orbs.
Nico's started alone towards the A bomb site in many of these rounds, and I don't know that's something Renegades can really identify. Oh, please be careful. That would be very bizarre. He's got Guardian posted behind him this time, so they're playing a bait setup, as you can see the angle here. But FaZe Clan have been focusing on the B bomb site, having Guardian aggressively peek around these stairs. You can see they've slightly changed things up. It's Neo and Rain on this occasion. Got some mollies flying towards the site, but I don't know that it'll pull any rotation. Olafmeister dealing with the mid position. Let's not forget that ladder which has been added to the map. This time FaZe kind of used a lot more utility than they did previously, so that's something to bear in mind. Renegades have eked out a lot more earlier. Guardians moving forward now as Renegades focus on A with 4 players.
It's an annoying smoke. You can see that Liaz can't really see all that much, although what he would be able to see, the legs, he doesn't really get the option to see that. You can see this is a setup for Guardian. With that AWP, that's quite scary. You got to wait that one out, and there's not going to be too much time left. Ooh, just touching the flames there. Jaken will be getting boosted up. Or rather, good boost up the teammate there. Abs is trying to get up. He'll get taken down by Olafmeister straight away. FaZe are wise to this. Olafmeister, he gets. Oh, he doesn't actually get another one. He gets swung out by Liaz. Good headshot coming in from Liaz, and that's the bomb down. So it looks like they might be able to salvage this situation. Another good look here for Renegades, but can they hold on?
These guys need to delay for Neo's flank. They need to thin the numbers to give Renegades a greater focus. Neo can't really try and make a play if there are 4 players alive for Renegades. For Renegades, do they feel the need to peek? They've got a player. I think it's Jacob on the other side of the A bomb site. So while he's alive, they're in a pretty good position. Now Neo shows his presence. He's going to get traded. They try to play off of that bedlam. Doesn't work out for them though. Guardian will make it more expensive, but the round has been lost. Looking to eliminate any other players if he can, trying to get away. Finally, we've got the first round on the board for Renegades. FaZe's money's gone out of control. There has been a war of attrition. So if Renegades can win the next round, it could be a close score at halftime.
Yeah, this is definitely a good, as you mentioned, this would be the pivotal moment, the turning point for Renegades. But I have to say, I'm actually really impressed with FaZe. They've been, because above all else, they've been playing individually really well. And I think we're seeing individually generally a much better series of moments than we did on any of the other maps. Obviously, the second map, Nuke was very dominant, but I think that was also actually just a team effort, the way that works for FaZe. Really good play around the positioning of Nuke on the T side, just outmaneuvering Renegades repeatedly. But this looks like, okay, we've got Rain swinging in from a flank, getting 3 headshots. Neo's picking off players through the smoke. Nico's doing a lot of work towards that A-bomb site. They're getting a lot of really good plays in. So it's looking dangerous here now for Renegades. They can't convert off of this.
Big round for both squads. Big round for both squads. I think, like Renegade, I think the FaZe clan will grow with power if they can win this round. Renegades need to get some confidence back and obviously need to claw some rounds back. FaZe clan's loss bonus is minimal, of course, after all these wins. And that will play to the advantage of Renegades. If they can finally break Nico all the way down the ramp, not expecting Jacob lurking. So there was some kind of forward play from FaZe clan towards the A-bomb site, and they've lost a man early. Maybe the second AWP on Olofmeister could make a difference, but these aggressive peaks won't be easy. They'll see the flashbangs coming towards the B-bomb site. We can see now Guardian has been entrusted with A, and Renegades will continue to show presence towards the B-bomb site. JKS spotted, but he's still alive, and then there were 3.
JKS now creeping up the stairs. Doesn't know how close Olofmeister is there on the right side. Olofmeister will drop into mid, so no longer a threat. And JKM making inroads towards A, but in these situations, the orbs can be quite surprising. Could get some damage here from Guardian, but he might have to take a risk to do so and risk losing it all. He's forced away. This would be the predictable peak. And he's, oh my goodness, there's nowhere to see. I mean, you can't see anything there. It's just a guess through the smoke, and this time the guess is going to work because it is a tight choke point.
Not able to stop Azza planting the bomb with the Molotov. Jacob and Azza, though, have taken some grenade damage, it looks like. A lot of players here for Renegades, and what will FaZe clan choose to do? It looks like they're backing off to hold on to what they have. Again, we've got the money issues now for FaZe clan, and their loss bonus is so bad that if they lost everything here, that really would open the door for Renegades. So they'll try to hold on. I don't know how Nico got down the ramp in the first place, but it is difficult to dance down there. Renegades make it to 2. 4 players look to survive. We'll see if they all do. I think they're far enough away from the bomb. It should be okay. And indeed they are. So, oh no!
What has happened here?
He fell off the map, I think.
Oh dear.
There's a big X on the bottom left corner, and I think that was Neo.
Oh dear. At least he didn't lose an orb.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to look on the bright side, but he did lose everything he was carrying. And look at this now. He needs to drop. Guardian had to drop him. Oh dear. Well, it happens, I guess. Does it have to happen? No, but it did.
What the hell happened there?
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. I was looking at
you. He didn't even fall off. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I actually looked away. I didn't see what happened either.
Anyway, we'll have to look at it later. It is time for round number 10. FaZe clan are able to buy despite that very bizarre situation with Neo. And Renegades will look to establish space towards the B bomb site once again. But Guardians have got to be careful here because surely there's no cover for Jacob's position. I'm not really sure. Well, he's still alive for now. I don't know what his perspective is. Okay, well, there we go. Nico dealing with the matter for the time being. Oh no, the smoke. Okay, we'll work it out eventually, but how does Guardian escape? Do they realize he's here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure they understand Guardian's position,
they do now.
Really.
I mean, where does he... This is really weird. He's got some support, but that smoke is... Okay, now you can see where he's going. And Rain's going to make a play forward, but it's not working out. FaZe Clan now have only got 2 players left. Maybe losing a lot trying to save Guardian, but it might not save this round.
Olofmeister is here, and he's going to be making his way across. What does he hit? Sunny jumps across. Good flick, spots the bomb as well. And bomb will be recollected, and oh dear, Guardian's dead now, so it's all on Olofmeister. The flashbang, he's going to go straight through the smoke, and Liaz is waiting. Oh my god, Olofmeister! What else has he got? He's in the 1 versus 1 now. That's unbelievable. Liaz, he hears him. He knows he's going to be jumping through that smoke, but still Olofmeister lands that shot, the fake with that pistol. Will Olofmeister be able to nail this one around the corner? JKS! He gave it his best shot, but Olofmeister is an absolute dream in this series. Saving FaZe time and again. 13 for 3 is where he's at the moment. What a god.
Rambo film's coming out soon, but there's no need to wait because Olofmeister is here. That is a very nice flick, and that's just the start of it. Bursting through the smoke.
That is unbelievable.
That is ridiculous. I told you, he is running hot. He is running hot like fire, like lava.
He's confused. He thinks it's 2015.
He's 13 for 3. There are some shortcomings. He will continue the AWP, it seems, and Guardian will have the UMP. And who would dare ask him for the sniper after that round?
Yeah, that's a power play and a half. He's been alphaed. Well, you can't blame him. He's been hitting some incredible shots. He's AWPing better than Guardian with all the shots that he has connected so far in this series. If you look at pure fragging output, it feels like he has been doing quite the job.
He's now coming in with another smoke force for the
Nico, he's back on this boost. We saw it a couple of times in the last couple of rounds. Oh, it's not going to work out, but the trade comes in. Nice stuff from Neo, able to shoot through the woods. Jacob goes down as well. FaZe with off the back of that clutch. Our Renegade's going to get broken here because they just lost another one towards B. JKS was trying to lurk out. And now it's all about the individuals here for Renegades. Azza's going to make a forward play. And Liaz is rotating towards his position. And, I mean, Azza has a lot of utility, but that's a peak and a half. That's all the utility gone.
That was so fast. That was ridiculous. He knows Rain is still on the site. 35 seconds. He's alone, Liaz. There is a chance of the rotation, but whatever he chooses to do might be a gamble. We've got grenades flying in. He knows the rotation is coming. The reinforcements. Rain need not peek. You've got to assume that another CT has an angle, but Rain down to 19 HP. Liaz trying to jiggle, trying to get that information. Guardian on the way. 15 seconds to plant the bomb. He's got another 1v1. He doesn't know where Olofmeister is. Liaz now, can he actually do this? 3 kills. Needs the last one onto Olofmeister. Coming in with the AWP. I think he saw the barrel of the gun there. And surely Liaz is at the advantage now. 10 HP. Do they know how low he is? Does Olofmeister go with the AWP or the pistol? He's coming in from the side. He spots him jiggling. He's on the AWP, waiting for the repeat. He's moving in, and there it is, the clutch from Liaz. Just like Olofmeister did, Liaz will do it even better. A 4K from him in an absurd situation. How on earth did he do that?
Liaz, that is amazing. Working with 9 bullets for that final kill. Just the composure, the equanimity he displayed right at the end when he's jiggling, and any one misstep and he's dead. This is excellent work from Liaz. 10 HP the entire time. It's unreal. That is so beautiful. Just having superior angles in every fight is really good work from him. He knows how to play, this intelligent player. We saw the impact he had on Mirage as well. And
the will to survive.
Yeah.
This is the break they needed earlier. But still, there are 6 rounds possible for Renegades in this half. So there's plenty of chance for them.
Yeah. I mean, you're right too. Just like the way that, answering back Olofmeister's clutch with that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to nullify the impacts of Olofmeister when he's doing stuff like that.
You want to see people who aren't JKS doing that for Renegades. Generally speaking, it's just a great boost for the squad, but there are problems here. There's a minute on the clock. Rain doing some damage. There's little to lose here for FaZe Clan, but they have no HE. That would have been interesting. P250s for Guardian and Olofmeister. They've got no grenades to force Renegades from their position. Liaz taken out. That's a headshot on a jumping player. Going, that's the back of his head as well. That's not an easy task. There's a smoke for Olofmeister to try and draw these players out. to try and invite some spray. Azza's got to be careful. I don't know how much the headshot will do from that position. Olofmeister's on a huge rotation, so he's trying to make it expensive for the teasers they look to save. And Guardian will just show and entertain, keep them focused on him. They don't know, maybe there's a kit for FaZe Clan. They're all still here, they're all still focused. And Guardian can die on his sword, he doesn't have any Kevlar or anything. Now let's see if Olofmeister can do anything. Coming up the ramp position, he'll spot one, but nothing to be done there.
He's 14 for 5, Olofmeister. That's not anything to be sad about. Great performance from him. Just every map he's just been performing so well. Against Crazy as well, Olofmeister was one of the, I think, the best player for FaZe.
They're exactly right. You need a little bit of time.
Tactical timeout from Renegades. We're looking at FaZe right now, of course, and there is Renegades. Kassad talking to the team. And this is indeed quite the pivotal moment because Renegades are looking like they're good for that 5th round, which really does change the story here against FaZe, who looked really dominant. What was it, like 7-1? It was really looking quite bad.
7-0.
7-0, and then 2 rounds picked up. So four of the last 5 rounds going to Renegades, and one of those rounds won by FaZe was a clutch. Was an incredible clutch from Olofmeister, diving through a smoke with an AWP. So Renegades seem to have found a formula that works.
Yeah, and we're not seeing the setups on the ramp from FaZe Clan that we saw from Renegades on their CT side. So I do wonder, while we've seen some interesting things from FaZe on their CT side, they're playing their own game, which is always good to see, but we don't know if it's as developed as Renegades is, and the T side will certainly give us some clues in that respect. I'm sure they'll have some evidence as to how Renegades like to play things, but how they respond will be key in the second half, and Renegades are building something here in this first half. Again, they've got an anti-eco situation. I don't think the status of the CT side has quite been revealed just yet, but surely by now they've gone so deep with their response, they must realize that there's probably an eco situation. What the hell? There's a team kill. There's only one player left. Jacobs in a 1 versus 4. No, not like this, Renegades.
It feels like Rain is doing it again. So many big P250 moments from him. Jakem, though, 50 seconds to work with. CT's all around. The problem is these smokes will go away, and he's going to start to feel like he's going to get choked out by the sheer number of players that can be thrown at him. He's got to be laser precise here. He's got to be so good on this, but he gets timed by Nico, and that is unexpected in the extreme. Look at how many guns are collected. Four rifles picked up by FaZe, and they already have 6k a player.
Where did that come from? Where did it come from? On a positive, on the upside, that's the only time we've seen it really in this series from Renegades. And Rain and a P250, another highlight for him. Absolutely devastating. But again, I think it's.
Oh my God!
They can recover from it. Like psychologically, that's just one blip on the radar for Renegades, and there's 2 rounds to fight for. Although their buy is not great, and they should have 5 rounds on the board. They should be aiming for more than what's possible now. And if they lose this round, they've got no money left. What a turnaround! They've basically given FaZe a bonus buy.
That round could have broken Renegades back here. I think they really need 5 or 6 rounds. They need that desperately. It's a laboured spray from Jakem, but the A-bomb side is being penetrated by the Renegades team, and there's a nice follow-up from Jakem, so this is the perfect way to respond. I don't know if I mean, FaZe, they have so much money that they might as well try to go for this. They have so much money. Or actually, no, they don't have as much money as I thought, but they still
actually look at the money, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, they could sack a player and be fine still,
their loss bonus is minimal. Jakem got a lot of information there. There were passive angles being held. He could hear Guardian jumping around the corner. Once he won the duel with Nico, Guardian was trapped. And he was closer to. He was further away. Jakem from the. He was further away from the points of engagement, so he was able to win that duel, and that does put FaZe in an awkward position. And now there's a trade, and things will get more expensive. So maybe it works out for Renegades in the end. Back and forth they go. Nico with some of those highlights, but we'll see what there is to be had in the last round of the first half. 9-5 for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, and FaZe will be absolutely fine on the bye for this final round. So a lot of very surprising things happening in this first half of Vertigo. You know, you wanted the tragedy, James, and there's been plenty of tragedy for both teams. It's Jacob. Jacob just walked into this A site and just got 2 1v1s. Guardian didn't even see. I mean, Guardian's position gets completely. It's like a checkmate where Jacob is engaging him from. There's nothing that he can really do. And this is really annoying from FaZe. Nice shot from Guardian. Finds Azza going aggressively. I was going to say, controlling the B steps has been something that has been a problem for Renegades. That FaZe take too much space there, and so they tried to challenge it, but FaZe still really are just shutting everything down on this map. They've even got middle.
Kill here. Device now turning the corner. Hunter still aggressive. So is Lemmy.
1 minute 20 on the clock. Renegades creep towards the A site once again.
Bombs on the other side, and
He's got Neo. There's 2 plays now in mid for FaZe Clan. The gimmick smoke is out from Renegades and inviting somebody to make a forward play over the gap. But they've got Guardian. And when you have a Guardian, it's like being Marvel Heroes and having a hole. Nobody wants to get smashed. Yeah, it's in a forward position, but losing a duel around the ladder. He crept up, and now it's a 3 versus 5 for Renegades. They've got some grenades towards the A bomb site once again. Some presence being shown, but the bomb's going towards B. Now that Molotov comes in towards that B bomb site, but there are still 2 FaZe Clan players here. And Neo's in a position to potentially do something. It would be, oh, never mind, it's not needed. 10 rounds for FaZe Clan. They are just 6 away from surviving, and you can see the pressure on the faces of Renegades.
Yeah, the performances across the board, everyone on FaZe is just playing better. This is a problem for Renegades. We'll see if they can recover after a short halftime break. And welcome back, ladies and gents. One more half is all that's left for one of these teams at this major, but which team is it going to be? Renegades, we know they can play a very nice Vertigo. We saw it at this major already. FaZe, we didn't have any information about, and my god, did they shock us in more ways than one, James, because not only did more than Olofmeister turn up here, I think we had appearances from Rain in particular, and pretty much everybody. They also are showing us that they have some good knowledge here.
it's almost everything you need.
They've come into the major prepared. Would expect nothing less, especially with Yanko on the team.
Huge difference.
Despite their struggles, there's something they can do. Very aggressive Renegades on the A bomb site. Jacob and JKS in forward positions. No rotations just yet, because you never know. FaZe Clan with presence in the mid area. Gratisfaction just spotting for the time being. JKS and Jacob still on the ramp of A. As a Gratisfaction being active, Liaz alone on the B bomb site. We wait for the initial duels. Smoke defuse kit for Gratisfaction. A smoke for Neo, and a P250 has been dropped for Nico. He's the raid boss. Jacob and JKS now starting to rotate towards the B bomb site. No, JKS goes back to stay on A just in case.
Question is, will Olofmeister decimate everybody once again with the pistol? Rain will open the door. JKM will say no. And this is not for you, sir. Liaz there. Oh my god, 4 internet shots coming out from Renegades. Olofmeister again, he's against it all. He has to find 3 more headshots for the ace. He always has to do so much work in these rounds. It's really, I have to say, quite unfair, but he seems to deliver most of the time.
3 players alive for Renegades. He knows where 2 of them are. He's going for a flank just in case somebody's there. He's got 30 seconds to play with. Picks up the USP, so now he's got the range. Please be careful with the jiggles. You can see Jacobs on the left. He's spotted one, looking for the trade fragger. He's very aware. 18 seconds now, and he has to press on. Jacob moving forward, entertaining, tagging, and just wasting time, really. Threatening constantly to peek, and eventually he will deliver that headshot and put Olofmeister out of his misery. That was a must win for Renegades, and they've won it.
So Olofmeister is 24/7 now after that death, just so you guys know. He's been dominating, and it's quite awesome to see such a strong level in this series from Olofmeister, and also just generally with FaZe here, because I think, you know, for Olofmeister, of course, he's been in every major top 8. He's one of the, I think there's like 3 players who can say, oh no, there's maybe like 4 players or something. It's a very low number of players who can say that. So he's really fighting to make sure the FaZe can make it there, and we're seeing a great performance from him. And this is just a shutdown, a full eco coming in from FaZe, really not all that much to speak of. Now this is the interesting thing, Jace, because as you mentioned, Renegades have a lot of stuff on their TT side. We saw like Avanga have a 6 T side, and Renegades were able to stifle it pretty effectively. And if FaZe have done their homework, they should hopefully have an answer to those 3-man setups that Renegades do on the A ramp.
If they can break it early, well, we're not going to see it on this round because Renegades have got 4 MP9s. But if they can break the money of Renegades early, then FaZe Clan, then Renegades may never be able to really run that strat properly. But they're going to start with the aggression, even with the MP9s. They're charging down the ramp versus the rifles. 1-for-1 at the moment. Again, this position with Jacob is going to get taken out by Nico on this occasion. The trades will continue. Gratisfaction trying to create some space. What grenade is that? It's a smoke grenade, so he'll fall back, but he can't go all the way. Does he take it for granted? He's been spotted. Flashbang, and he will manage to escape, so that has worked out for Renegades. And now what do FaZe Clan choose to do? Do they feel like they're forced into a different direction? It seems that the bomb will head towards the ladder.
So they can reset the situation. That was definitely a bloodbath down at the A ramp, and we're going to probably see more of that as we sort of highlighted. Renegades do love pushing it, and they're pushing all the way on the flank as well. So the time is limited here for FaZe in more ways than one, as they have middle now, and they can go to either bomb site, and so maybe they'll threaten the B bomb site and then go and book it towards A. That looks like what's happening. At least Olofmeister can get the flank towards B at the very least. Neo, is he committed? No, he's not, and that's a good look because both of the Renegades flankers just came up the B stairs.
Oh no, the bomb's been lost. Neo was just way too far behind there.
Yeah.
I feel like Olofmeister's got to take the bomb in the forward position. Neo is holding everything up, but now the bomb's been lost, and those are the chances gone. Olofmeister, the other side of the map at this point, 25 seconds, and this is surely not enough time to find 3 players. Gratisfaction's jiggling to go through the door as well. How on earth do you achieve that? Okay, there's one. He sees Gratisfaction. 15 seconds. He's got a 1v1. He's shot him in the head. He just needs to finish him off. Gratisfaction can stand there because that leaves 10 seconds. Now, Azza, he's getting closer, but surely the time is with Olofmeister. Oh, he's not expecting Azza to be in this position. A brave play from Azza, and it works out for him.
It works out for Olofmeister too, in the sense that obviously that was a desperate situation, 1v3. You can't quite expect him to win it, but he does get 2 kills, and he dies, so his money's going to be with his team now, as opposed to having $0 in the bank. So that is, I think that actually kind of works out, and given that they do still have a buffer of rounds, albeit it's small, only 2 rounds to the good, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, Olofmeister, I just love how dangerous he is. It's just such a laser focus. He knows what's on the line, and here comes once again that play from Renegades. We're going to see it so many times, just playing aggressively here towards this A ramp. And we'll get the clean up against the eco.
It's pretty hard to make inroads in a situation such as this.
Yep.
If they struggle with this, then that's going to be the game for Renegades at this point. That play with the MP9s to charge down there was a huge round for Renegades, and now the score is close. Now the game begins, and you do wonder what the depth is like on the T side for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I almost want FaZe to just challenge that A ramp and try to get Guardian to a spot, get the pop flash out there, get Guardian to a spot where you can peek, punish. Because if Renegades don't push that A ramp, and you're rushing something in response to that, like trying to counter it, then that's also potentially an issue. And so I like that they're challenging this. I think it's the right play. You just got to hit your shots. Guardian whiffs his, and well,
that's the round. The bomb is there.
The bomb has been. Feels like the bomb didn't have to be dropped there. Feels like they could have dropped it before going for that initial peak. But
honestly, if they can't find a way to deal with that, they lose. It's that simple.
yeah, it caused the Vanguard a lot of problems.
That's a good idea.
Winning the pistol was so crucial for Renegades, because if they don't, it's like 12, 13, 5 for FaZe Clan, and they've got that room for error. But now, we're most likely going to 10-10. It feels like Renegades are miles ahead.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot because there is an argument for FaZe to go for the full save. In fact, it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. And
From middle, got shut down.
the problem with that is that you're not keeping the money honest for the CT side, and they have 5 players left alive. And right now we can see, I mean, you guys can read it on the screen too: 6K, 4.5, 3.2, 8.1, 4.3. This is a lot of money already on Renegades. And
One question is, if you are expecting Renegades to push with ramp with 3 players every round, you've got one guy to deal with B and one guy to deal with mid. So is there a fast play to stop that somewhere else? Is there such a thing as a fast play on a full buy round on Vertigo that's not towards the A-bomb site?
well, that's the thing. I mean, you can do it, and that's kind of the mind games to it to an extent as well, because they're going to have Gratisfaction. I think Gratisfaction is normally going to be the guy that's on B, dedicated B. So you can lock them out, because you can throw the smokes onto the B bomb site from T spawn. Obviously, then what happens is that Renegades can threaten a very fast flank with a lot of players, or they can go for the rotation through CT spawn. And that might be something that FaZe just have to just try and see what happens. But that's the problem, like, you know, if you're up against Renegades and you have to experiment to figure out how their reactions work based on their openings, it's not a good spot to be in when it's already 10-10. You know, it's not ideal. I think if FaZe Clan studied the Vanguard match, I think they would have the information they need to know what to expect and how to deal with it, because the Vanguard went through that process for them effectively.
Well, how to deal with it is another question. It's a strong position ultimately, especially with that gap in the mortar thing. That there's a lot of cover, and you've got to hit your shot straight away, pretty much. So, and they're going to that position with a certain timing when there are angles held elsewhere. So it does feel pretty scary. It feels very, very puggy, if you will, to approach that from a T perspective. It's weird that it looks so strong for the CTs, considering how exposed they are, but again with the numbers and so on. Working out for now.
Here's the mix-up, 2-1-2 now for Renegades. They will still be aggressive towards their ramp, but it's just 2 instead of the 3. Now that they feel like the T's are less, you see Nico is tapping that exact spot you're talking about, the little gap. But yeah, now they feel like FaZe are scared of A-ramp. They're taking one player away from the A-ramp push. So it's a very smart way to do it for Renegades.
And there's a lot of utility left for Renegades as well. Smoke grenades, it's kind of getting Inferno-esque in terms of smoke grenades holding down a very important choke point. As a peaked, you can see the frustration. He ate the flashbang from his own teammate and he's forced to fall off, which concedes some area for free. Gratisfaction though, still having a look. Ooh, rained out to 3 HP. That was a flick and a half. But it needed more than the half. 1 minute on the clock and some more position has been conceded, but again it is Gratisfaction and he's aggressive. In the meantime, Neo's left to be as aggressive as possible, and he may pull rotation with a pick on JKS. Gratisfaction falling as well. 40 seconds on the clock for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, this is not looking too bad now for FaZe indeed. The time is always a little bit scary. If Jacob can cause problems here, that will be really, really bad for FaZe, given that they only have 30 seconds now. Jacob playing the sandbags, oh my god. If this position goes unchecked, if this position goes unknown, if Jacob gets a couple kills out of this, who knows? But his teammates are really far away, so he might have to do everything by himself. The game will be given away by the toss of the utility. Jacob creeps. Oh, thank god, Nico. Great cognizance of that position. And that should be the most dangerous part of this round shut down.
Bomb is planted, has lost a few players. There's a lot of players who are low, but there's no one left apart from Liaz, who has been very important for Renegades. He's had a lot of important rounds. And again, as you said, Dan, there's a lot of money. Nice flick from Liaz, trying to hold on to the AWP. You can see all the mice is creeping down to the pistol. Liaz still alive, though. He could really do with holding on to this again. While there's money for Renegades, they have pretty much one full buy among them if Liaz survives, if he doesn't survive, if he does survive, then they've got quite a significant amount of extra money.
So Renegades, or rather FaZe in their first half on the CT side, they got 7 rounds in a row at the beginning of the game, and Renegades here have only managed 5 rounds in a row before FaZe pick up a round. So we'll see if they can keep pace with each other in terms of that. And there's a lot of defuses as well though for FaZe, or lots of retakes for FaZe on that first half. So Renegades were getting the bomb down a lot, and that has been a struggle actually for FaZe. It's not been as clean getting those bombs planted, and that's kind of a big deal on this map. It's very difficult, that whole dynamic around the A-bomb side. And here's another fast play towards the A-ramp. 3 players here. That position in the mortar. Nico knows about it, but it didn't seem like Guardian was ready to check for that. He wasn't checking at all.
The thing is, he's focusing on Gratisfaction,
no.
Too much jump peeking. But even if that didn't come into play, I don't think he would have been prepared for JKS's position on a deep right. There's still a chance here for FaZe Clan, trying to focus. They know the numbers are towards the A-bomb site, and they have a window to try and do something here in the mid position, to try and use the numbers elsewhere. So Nico will entertain, but Neo will be taken out, and FaZe Clan are falling to pieces. They don't have the money to survive this. Olaf Meiss has got 1:10 on the clock. The bomb's not too far away, I think. So we'll see what he's able to do. 1v4. The bomb's below him. Couldn't tell from the radar. Ooh. And there it is, 11-11. Renegades back to winning ways in a much better financial situation. And again, the problem with this A ramp is that the CTs get into very strong positions, and it's so early in Vertigo. I feel like over time, people have a better idea of the angles you need to check and how you can try to deal with it.
Yeah.
But for now, if FaZe Clan try to figure it out during this game, it may cost them a place in a major.
Yeah, it's absolutely the case. It's a really difficult position to be in. There's no doubt about that. And one thing that FaZe obviously can try that they haven't tried yet is just rush B and just pray that Renegades play 3 to A ramp like they did in that previous round, which Renegades do more often than not. And so if they rush B, they have the smokes for the Molotov, the defensive Molotov that tries to buy time. Should be good to go. And it's almost like you want to rush that B bomb site without throwing the smokes and giving warning of it. You want it to be as... Okay, actually might be the case here. They might actually go for this B rush. Are they going for it? Oh, it's a mid rush.
They know how to apologize. You know where to throw the grenades, the areas to look. So many questions, and Renegades may be expecting this. You can see they've got 2 players on that B bomb site. As they're now being boosted, there's a flashbang for him. Plenty of players are blind, but he just can't find a frag. Constant frustration for Azza in that position. And JKS now popping up from that position. That's something Nico could use in the future rounds. Learning JKS was there, that could have taken him by surprise. Either way, he comes out on top. 5 versus 3 for FaZe Clan. They were looking really ropey, but they've eked out a pretty reasonable buy, and they've got themselves a nice man advantage. Oh,
Liaz spots an advantage to be had against Neo there. I was wondering if FaZe just wouldn't just go for the A bomb site there. Nico, cracking open towards the A ramp makes this a strong play, but Gratisfaction, curious, will explore and will find the kill that he's looking for. But he's now alone against 3 players as he makes his way around another corner, and there could be T's around any of these corners as far as he's concerned. Every single position is compromised, and the bomb will go down towards the B bomb site as Gratisfaction. There is a world where he can find a clutch. He's got time, but again, he doesn't know where anybody is.
Yeah, he's got to go shotgun mode. How does he avoid getting traded? We're at the AWP, they will. Curious to see how it's used on the T side. FaZe Clan forced their way back into the lead, and now there is pressure on the money for Renegades. Gratisfaction's got 9,400. He can drop a rifle for Azza, but this is going to be an expensive one for Renegades. Oh boy, I'm really enjoying this because you just don't know what's going to happen. Olaf Meiss has been so consistent in this series for FaZe Clan.
Yeah.
Is it going to be enough though? Jacob, it has to be said, aside from Nuke, has been as well. He was very important on the CT side of Mirage. And again, Renegades going for that 3-man play. Guardian's got the angles. Looking for a peek from this angle, but it hasn't really come so often. Once again, Jacob's in that corner. They wide swing. There are 4 players here. It's a war of attrition that the T's are willing to take. This time, Guardian delivers a kill. All of a sudden, there are 2 players remaining for Renegades.
And that's what you needed to see. You've got to be able to win some of those challenges and make Renegades think twice before going for those those engagements, and you can't just bend. You can't just bend and be conditioned by Renegades being aggressive there. So that's a really big moment here for FaZe, showing that they can crush that push. And now Renegades, this is something that they want to keep going for. As you say, their economy's really in trouble, and they will try to save what they have, and FaZe will get the bomb down, and if they have any sense about the economy of Renegades, they'll go for the challenges. Lias has been spotted now. That's information. A smart move, actually, from Lias to play aggressively there. Of course, the bomb is not down just yet, so they've got to be careful. Can't be hunting just yet.
Yeah, Azza may get flanked by Olofmeister. I'm not sure if he's in high ground or on the low ground, actually. And there we go. Azza gets taken out. Renegades are going to get $1,900 for losing this round. Eliazar's got 600 in the hole at the moment. And this is, FaZe are going to move to 13, and Renegades' loss bonus is in the bin. This is a very crucial time for Renegades, and FaZe Clan are going to be really close to that W, and Renegades are back on the bye. So we're in really awkward territory now. It was going to be awkward for one of them, and it turns out it'll be Renegades at this point. Really back and forth. These rounds have felt very brittle and very scary for FaZe Clan. The pushes we've had from Renegades on the A ramp, the three-man setups, the AWP shots, Nico getting punished for jumping. But now, in the very late game, round 25, FaZe Clan are in a very strong position.
And
yeah. This is such a late turnaround. I wasn't sure whether we would see this, and for FaZe's sake, we are, and that's really good as far as their legacy is concerned. And here, look at this rush coming into the A ramp. Oh my god, everybody's turned up to the party, but it will be Renegades winning in this position, but they don't have the bomb, and so they can't really do all that much to deny the plants. It was a good effort. JKM looking to steal away the AK.
He's got to go for this, surely. He has to go for this. 12 HP. They just 14-11 would just be a complete disaster. What is his approach? Will he actually commit to this? Does he jump up onto the platform? Never mind. Olofmeister's in the right position. I mean, he had to go for it. There's just like, it's a low margin, but they have to take it. Doesn't work out. 14-11. Renegades can buy once again. It won't be perfect. Will they rely on this A-ramp play?
Yeah, that's the question. It's been the most successful thing for them. It's put them in a position to win, it felt like, but then at the same time now it's just, has it been figured out? FaZe, they're learning, they're evolving, they're adapting.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Oh, the variation, the smoke. Now what?
Yeah.
They've changed their opening strategy.
Already tagged through the smoke and the reload's in and Sipis ready.
Although there was no commitment from FaZe, just Nico.
Nico can hear these footsteps, let's bear in mind. He can hear this rotation.
Too late. Hunter went down in that mix and
He starts to back away.
defense. He is Sip coming up with a triple. Vice goes down though.
I don't know if Rain spotted Azza. Footsteps will be heard. You can see Jacob lining up a flashbang for his teammate, but he just needs to escape. FaZe Clan with the numbers towards the B bomb site. Renegades have they've separated once again. They've got two towards A. They're in a 2-1-2 essentially. And FaZe Clan looking for denial of information. Jacob's got to find this frag. Olofmeister now 26. Rain's going to have a go, and Jacob will hold the position. Clutch when he needs to be once again for Renegades.
Yeah, pushing that smoke was actually a very smart decision from Jacob to, as you say, try to get an edge before FaZe develop the round any further. They've got that mid-map control they were trying to work with, but now they've actually kind of lost all their mid control, and they're moving towards the A-bomb site now. And Nico, of course, as you mentioned, he was looking after that position for quite some time, the bottom of the A-ramp, and now it's the case that FaZe are going to be shipping it all in on this B-bomb site, this A-bomb site, I should say. It's just Gratisfaction who's nearby. You can see he's in that position that Nico loves so much. And Gratisfaction, there's not much time for the bomb to be planted. He could get some key kills here to delay the bomb just long enough. This could be very awkward.
I can't imagine anyone could be ready for this. The flashbang's perfectly timed, looking for a third one. 15 seconds to plant the bomb, but there are so many people here alive for Renegades. Does JKS take a forward position? He doesn't have an angle for the bomb plant. Olofmeister's low with the AWP, going for some wall bangs, but also just showing some presence, JKS. He may need to reload soon, worrying about the flank. So much to worry about. Nico has been dealt with from this position before, so Olofmeister's going to have to do a lot in the meantime. Some wall bangs. He's got 9 bullets in the magazine, so that's not a concern. Does he go for some more? He's got a nice angle. Nico's taken out. Olofmeister will be traded, and Renegades get a 12th round on the board. This is really going down to the wire.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I feel like, if Nico was able to get that kill on the player pushing Olofmeister maybe defends, he picked off one on the left side, and it doesn't really feel like Olofmeister's missing in some of these spots. So Ooh, that was a close one. And the money, though, is really good for FaZe Clan, so they're not going to be worried about their money situation for another round at least. Renegades, on the other hand, are going to be getting the full investment. JKS is going to be the only player with really any money, hovering above $2,000. Okay, has got some money as well, but if they lose the round, Renegades, that's probably a wrap. It's probably it for them.
This is really delivering, isn't it? 2 players now going to the well. Ooh. He spotted something, Guardian, but he's only got 1 HP. He cannot answer anything that's just happened. The bomb's been left in a safe position on this occasion. Nico walking into the angle. This time it's JKS, a second AWP for Renegades. Early advantages. The starts to these rounds are brutal, and that is a very well-timed smoke grenade from Liaz. Quietly checking some angles, looking through the corner of the smoke. That could benefit Neo as well. But doesn't seem that he'll see anything. Liaz somehow makes it pass, and Neo's got the wrong timing as he repositions.
I think you can tell a little bit that Guardian's not used to challenging that A ramp with the AWP. As it looks like he's having to try to figure things out as opposed to like really knowing all the spots super well.
I don't think it's his comfort zone. I don't think it's how he would like to engage. The HE doesn't hit Neo. Neo and Guardian combined 12 HP. 2 of the 3 players spotted by Renegades, and maybe they take liberties now with their positions.
Yeah, they are looking really good here, Renegades. They're so healthy. They've got far back positions on the side there. That Molly's going to be very nice for this. Forces him forward. Trade comes out, though. Olofmeister has the most health here. Guardian has 1 HP, and now Olofmeister's dead. Guardian, if he wants to keep AWPing, he's going to have to save now, but got to be really careful. It looks like he might be able to just go for the save, like unchallenged almost. It doesn't seem like Renegades are interested. Their money is also just a bit horrible, so they can't really risk chasing him. So there's almost a gentleman's agreement not to go for any hunting kills.
The loss bonus sucks for both teams. So if it gets to 14-14, oh man. I mean, that's likely obviously, but like, well, actually Renegades are going to build some money, aren't they? They're most likely to. Now, does Guardian go for the high risk play towards the A-bomb site? Boy, it's crazy how the devs have managed to change the nature of the A-bomb site.
Yeah, they've
to this. This is interesting.
Yeah, credit to them because they have improved this map significantly. I think it's probably the most improved map from it coming in, the announcement it's going to be the next major, and then the fact that, you know, there's so many updates to it, and it's become quite playable. You know, if we think of the opposite of that, maybe thinking about Cobblestone, you know, when that was first introduced, that was not a happy time for the pro players, but this map has been more accepted, and it has improved dramatically. And Guardian, there's nothing that he can see in this position at all. He's so smoked off. Well, actually, there's a little corner. It's a little tiny baby corner there to work with. Now it's gone. Renegades are, you know, working their smokes pretty damn well so far on their CT side.
It's a push from the CTs. Falling away, being careful. It is advantage Renegades. They don't want to give anything up for free. Got to be real careful. Olofmeister rotating the bomb. An exchange of fire. 1 minute on the clock for FaZe. They need the numbers alive to swarm. They need an entry from Guardian or Olofmeister. 1 round lead. Very likely to disappear. They know there are 2 AWPs on deck, which makes things even harder for FaZe Clan to try and get an entry. We've got a boost from Azza, just like we saw from FaZe Clan in the first half. A pistol is lost. Nico was low anyway.
Guardian has to get this pick onto Liaz. It has to go Guardian's way if FaZe want any chance in this round. Fishing Whittle down here. Liaz goes for the peak. Guardian can't hit the shot. And that might be a wrap for this round at the very least, as Renegades look to tie things up. 14-14. Liaz, great defense from him. And indeed, it is going to go down to the wire. There is money here for FaZe, but one quick thought is that, you know, the reason why Renegades lost against Avangard, James, is because they lost against rounds like that. And here they've been closing them down, so...
Yeah, just 1 in 3 maps, really. Well, The whole nuke map was a non-starter, so just ignore that then. Just one error, if you will.
Think that they could combine.
I feel like this map has felt like it's been in FaZe's hands all the way until this point right now, almost.
I think it's been back and forth, but
After they figured out the A ramp stuff, you know, it started to feel like, okay, they got this now, but
I don't know.
20 seconds.
They've had some rounds where they won it, but I don't know if you can figure it out. It seems to be, at least in the vacuum of this major, seems to be a serious issue for the T sides to deal with. And I think most of the time they've come off worse.
there's a big part of me that just doesn't want to see Olofmeister's major streak, broken, James. There's a big part of me.
There's a big part of me that wants a Diamond Pick'em's coin, Dan. That's all I care about at this point. Renegades 10% to the 90% Pick'em of FaZe Clan. A lot of people are going to be sweating at the moment, including all the players on the server. Once again, they go for it. A quick jump peek from Nico. You've got to be careful. He's going to put his own smoke up to create some space. Doesn't want that early variance. There's been a lot of rounds. Oh, no. It's going to happen anyway.
Annihilated.
This is not the time for it either. Ooh. He just needs to buy time and try and extract utility, but it's so difficult. It's brutal. They're trying to figure out how to deal with that when they're fighting for their lives in the major.
He even waited a decent portion of time. Look at Guardian go. He's in the middle of nowhere. Well, I say in the middle of nowhere. He's in the middle of mid with a bomb alone. There's no, or actually, is he below? He's below. What am I talking about? I'm looking at the mini-map, James. I'm getting too excited. Getting too excited.
No, look at the call. Look at the call. This
So there is the mid's
terrifying because
work from FaZe just starting at the 1 minute mark. That's not the best
they had, which might not be,
in terms of time.
but this is very disjointed. That was an
FaZe have to plant the bomb. Worst case scenario.
already to
Yeah.
keep it up at the same time.
I just don't see how they bring things back where they would basically be forced to go anywhere but A if they lose this round and they don't plant the bomb. Guardian's been taken out. The bomb is in the hands of Neo now though. But again, the two AWPs, there's one flashbang left for FaZe Clan. Smoke up at the front of the site. Renegades with all the advantages now. Olofmeister taken out. Almost the end of the line for FaZe Clan. Moving forward, footsteps. Neo spots Liaz. Neo's the last man now. 20 seconds on the clock, and they're all on the A side, on the B side. Sorry. Match point for Renegades on Vertigo. Maybe their dream will come true this time. It didn't versus Avangard. There's no plan for FaZe Clan. There's no way they can approach the A bomb site because they won't have the range. Do they go for a rush?
They needed a bomb plant. They needed the bomb plant to have AKs and grenades in this round. So and they can't play around without grenades. That's not really possible because if you don't have grenades, you can't hold a site. You can't hold a bomb plant, and you can't maybe even get the bomb plant, and so on and so forth. So you have to prioritize that, which means we're not going to see I think even a single rifle from FaZe. We're just going to see a scout, a UMP, 2 MAC-10s, and a CZ. So this is, and that scout's going to be on Neo as well. So this is a terrible situation. We get the tactical balls coming in. Renegades, they have this game in their hands. They could just be about to eliminate FaZe, ruin the dreams, break Olofmeister's major streak, and I don't even know what to say.
And Olofmeister's 29 for 15. He's
killing it.
Tying with Jacob at the moment. A scout on the T side of Vertigo, I don't know. That says to me a slow round.
The A rush.
But with a scout, it can't be a rush, surely. They don't have the range, they've got SMGs, and they're going to get cut to pieces. Okay, it's 2 for 2. JKS is going to be forced backwards. It's 3 versus 1 as far as the A site's concerned. Nico on 4 HP. Will they get any upgrades? They've still got the same weapons. The HE goes high. Nico still with 4 HP, and they've still got nothing out of this. They've got some position. They can't even risk really to go and get these weapons. Still with 2 MAC-10s and a scout. They've slowed things down. There are 2 players towards A for Renegades. There's nobody mid, and alone is Gratisfaction towards the B bomb site. There might just be a chance.
The high HE as well, the jump there, that looks like nerves to me. We'll see exactly how Renegades look if they are composed, as FaZe have cut a lot of noise here. So Renegades, you can see that now JKS is asking questions towards middle. He's rotating out of the A bomb site, which means that FaZe will have an easier time. It's part of the reason why they've waited for so long. Now FaZe will make the move forwards. There go the grenades, and This is going to be really, really desperate. That Molotov is going to cause some problems. Of course, Nico, one tap on the Molotov, he's done. 40 seconds to get the bomb down. The spam through the smoke is extremely intense here. JK actually hits one of those. That could be the round over. Liaz will take down Nico, and Ray's going for the plant. They're trying to spam him. Ray is still alive. He'll eventually go down. It's up to Neo. He's got a scout.
Neo upgrades to a MAC-10 versus 3 players. They've got another flashbang as well. Once they find out where he is, surely it's impossible. A MAC-10 for Neo versus 3. Can he get around the corner? He can't do it. Renegades take it. They survive and they eliminate FaZe Clan from the major.
So many dreams are being crushed here for FaZe. I cannot believe it that we got to this point. As you said, James, many people will be very disappointed in terms of the pick'ems. And Renegades, though, they'll stay alive. They'll be